Good day everyone. So our topic for today is about the proteins. But before that, we're going to classify the classes of nutrients. So there are 6 classes of nutrients. So first is the carbohydrates. Second is the lipids. Third is the minerals. Fourth is vitamins. Fifth is proteins. And last is the water. But today we're going to focus on proteins because that is our topic for today. So, ang protein is mao ni siya ang building blocks sa atoang body nga mao'y mag-repair and mag-keep our body tissues strong nga needed sa muscles, hair, skin, and body chemicals. So, ang protein is makuha sa humans diha sa meat, sa ilang nakaon nga meat, fish, eggs, beans, and nuts. Then, sa animals, makuha ang proteins sa grass, hay, seeds, insects, then feed with soybeans or fish meals. Then, ang proteins kung gamay ra or dili enough ang makuha nga protein sa animals, so ang body is thin or dili siya tambok, then weak iyang muscles, then slow iyang growth, then kung lactating siya, so low ra iyang milk, then ang sa chicken is ang ihang egg production is low ra pod. But kung too much pod ang protein nga makuha sa animals, is ang protein is stored siya as fat, then strains kidneys to remove excess waste. So next, do you agree that the nature provides the animals all of the nutrients it requires? So yes, nature is the source of all nutrients, but humans manage and combine these natural sources to make sure animals get exactly what they need to work, grow, and produce efficiently.
So, nadi po tayo types of protein. First is the true protein, the actual protein that made of amino acids. So, mani siya ang high quality and gamito protein para makagama og tissue. Second is the non-protein nitrogen or NPN. So, nagkontini og nitrogen, pero dili ni siya real protein. Then, ang mga animals na ruminants like cows and sheep can convert NPN into protein. Pero ang mga pigs and chicken, kaya dili nila ma-convert ang NPN into protein. Third is the crude protein. So, total nitrogen measure in feed, nag-include ni og both protein and NPN nitrogen. So, kaning crude protein is way ra ni siya to measure, pero dili tanan na gi-measure is useful. Then, fourth is the digestive protein. So, protein ni siya na ang body sa animals is makadigest, absorb, and use. So, mani ang most important type of protein. Fifth is the bypass protein. So, mani ang protein na dili ma-broken down sa first stomach of cows and sheep. It passes through to be used later for growth and production. Ang protein di ay is makita in every cell and every part of the cell. Made of elements like carbon 51%, hydrogen 7%, oxygen 22%, nitrogen 17%, sulfur 2%, and phosphorus 1%. So, ang nitrogen ang hinungdan why proteins different from carbohydrates and fats, which have no nitrogen. So, built from 20 different amino acids ang proteins. So, ang exact order or sequence aning amino acid is determined by DNA. So, ang DNA ang mo decide kung unsa na type of protein ang mahimo and what job it does. So, nadipsad ni main function of proteins. First is the enzymes. So, ang enzymes are proteins that act as biological tools. Nani siya catalytic power na maoy mag-make process like digestion and make energy happen faster, and they don't get used up. Then nasa siya high specificity, so each enzyme only does one specific job, like a key that only opens one lock. So kung sad ning enzyme central to all life processes, kay halos tanan na nahitabo sa body is nag-rely on enzymes. So second sa function of proteins is hormones. So ang hormones are chemical messenger. Many are proteins or derived from proteins. So made and released by endocrine glands, travel through the blood and work only on specific part of the body. So ang iyang job is to regulate body process like growth, reproduction, and digestion. So iyang examples is are FSH, GH, prolactin, insulin, and glucagon.
I'm Angelica Torres o agakong topic is continuation ra ni siya sa function sa proteins. Proteins as transporter carrying specific substances to the cell membranes. Kini mga proteins nag-carry ni og mga specific molecules or substances to or across sa cell membranes, moving material selectively. Ang ilang trabaho is either channel proteins nga magbuhat og agianan or carrier proteins nga magbind ug magdala sa mga substances. Example, glucose transporter. Ang protein is magdala sa glucose sa cells para sa energy. Next is oxygen binding proteins like myoglobin. Mag-carry o mag-store og oxygen sa muscle tissues. Naisa kanot nga the more myoglobin, the darker the meat. Pasabot ana kay ang myoglobin is red or pigmented, so higher levels create darker colored muscle. Next is as storage proteins providing a reservoir of essential nutrients. So, ang protein is nag-act pod ni as a reservoir para mo store og mga amino acids or other nga important nga nutrients. Kung ang lawas ng ginahanglan ani nila, for example, para sa growth, development, or when food intake is low. Kini nga mga stored nga molecules is ma-release or magamit. For example, casein in milk, mag-stored og amino acids para imnon sa mga young mammals. Ovalbumin in egg white provides og nutrients para sa developing bird embryo. Ferrin in liver or spleen, nag-store og mga iron nga essential nga minerals. And last is bromelain in cereals or grains. Nag-store ni siya og amino acid para sa seeds para gamiton during germinations. And then as contractile proteins used in locomotory functions. Kini nga proteins is nag-enable ni sa movements or locomotion, especially sa muscle contraction by controlling how muscle fibers slide and interact. Myosin. Nag-form ni siya og thick filaments para mahimo siyang baga. Nag-group together ni siya para ma-build ni nga structure. Then, actin. Movement ni siya nga maka-shorten sa muscle fibers o mag-produce og contraction or motion.
Hello everyone, good day. So my name is Jessalme B. Curato. So today in this video is I'm going to present or discuss about sa continuation sa function of proteins. So the sixth function of protein is protein as a structural proteins, so offering protection and strength to cells and tissues. So structural proteins, so kanang support structures and components of cell walls. So ang structural proteins is mo na siya ang fundamental class of nutrients that serves as the building blocks of an organism. So ang primary rule sa structural proteins is mo na siya ang nag-provide of physical framework, so which is nag-allow sa cells and tissues para ma-maintain ang ilahang shapes and maka-withstand sad sa mga external pressures. So structural proteins are essential for the physical integrity of the body. So physical integrity of the body, it means that all physical parts, or whether sa ato ang entire human body or sa ato ang microscopic cells sa ato ang sud sa atong lawas. So ang structural proteins mao siya'y hinungdan nganong ang ato ang human body parts and mga cells is na intact and correctly connected and function. So as a shield against sa outside environment. So ang structural proteins is mo na siya ang like protection or act as shield sa ato ang mga structure sa atong body and sa atong mga cells. So ang structural proteins nag-act na siya as scaffolding, so which is ga support sa atong mga various structures from the microscopic level of a single cell to the macroscopic level of sa ato ang entire organ sa atong human body. So na example of structural proteins. So sa keratin, silk, and collagen, and elastin. So ang kanang collagen is mo na siya ang one of the most well-known structural proteins. So it provides a tough fibrous framework for connective tissue like tendons and ligaments. So sa ato ang human body, so siya may hinungdan like nag-connected ang atong mga kanang tissues. So for example, sa ato ang hands, so siya hinungdan which is like makalihok ta kay naa may mga tendons and mga ligaments, so which is para makalihok ta, right? So then silk and elastin and keratin. So ang silk, this is a protein, is a key component of hair, nails, and the outer layer of the skin. So nag-creating a protective barrier against sa environmental damage. So keratin, so example ana is ato ang hair. So ang hair muna siya ang like kanang excess or sobra nga keratin nga naa sa atong lawas. So ang kaning hair nato mo siya protective barrier sa ato ang skin sa atong ulo. The next is ang elastin. So ang elastin, as the name suggests, this protein mag-provides og elasticity to tissues, sa mga tissues like sa atong skin, sa atong blood vessels, so allowing them to remain flexible and while maintaining their structural integrity. So for example, sa elastin, so mo siya kanang protein which is kanang nag-provide og kanang elasticity. So for example, sa atong blood vessels and sa ato ang skin, so mo siya hinungdan like ang ato ang blood vessels is dili siya mag-collapse or dili siya magbugto. So for example, if naata sa intense nga exercise. Then next is as you can see sa kanang figure is naatay kanang muscles. So sa muscles is makita nato nga naay epimysium, permysium og endomysium. So ang kanang epimysium, so mo na siya ang outermost layer of connective tissue so which is gasuran sa ato ang entire muscle. So ang kanang epimysium, so naadiha ang kanang collagen, keratin, and elastin. So naadiha ang mga structural proteins, so para like more protective sa ato ang muscles. Next is ang permysium, so a layer that groups muscle fibers into bundles. So mo siya garap bundles sa atong mga muscle fibers, fascicles within the muscle. So mo siya gihapon nag-wrap sa atong mga muscle fascicles, so kanang to like para ma-prevent nga dili siya magkatangled o dili siya magkalukot-lukot ang atong mga kanang muscle fibers. Next is ang endomysium, so a fine layer. So ang kanang endomysium, so mo na siya ang fine layer that surrounds individual muscle fibers. So mo siya ang innermost layer, so nag-wrap sa mga individual muscle cells fibers. So ang kana sila is mo na siya ang mga nadiha ang atong mga keratin, collagen, and elastin. So mo na nadiha ang mga structure proteins which is nag-support sa ato ang muscles. So next function of proteins is proteins as a defense proteins which is mao siya mo-fight sa mga antigens and mag-provide og immunity. So ang defense proteins is mo siya ang specialized class of nutrient proteins, so whose primary purpose is to kanang give immune response and protection sa against sa mga diseases. So naay duha ka type of proteins, defense proteins, so or immune response. So first is ang humoral response and second is ang cellular response. So ang humoral response is mo na siya directed at bacterial infection and extracellular viruses. So ang humoral response is mo na siya ang mga immune response nga mo-fight sa mga viruses, bacterial nga ni-circulate sa atoang body fluids or mga viruses nga na-circulate outside sa atoang host cells. So for example sa atoang blood plasma. So ang humoral response is mo na siya ang mo-fight and kanang maghatag og immune system or immunity para ma-prevent ang iyang ang pag-spread and dili ma-infected ang mga para dili siya makasud sa mga cells na ni-circulate sa atoang mga body fluids. So example sa mga humoral response is ang gitawag nga immunoglobulins. So mo na siya ang kani siya is gi-produce by lymphocytes. So ang kaning immunoglobulins is mo na siya ang type of white blood cells. So mo na siya is gi-design para makarecognize o mo-bend sa mga specific antigens, so og sa mga foreign substances. So for example sa bacterial and viruses, so iyang i-mark as a destruction and iyang i-neutralize directly, so para dili siya makasud sa mga atoang mga cells. So next is ang cellular response. So ang cellular response is mo destroy sa host cells, so sa mga host cells nga na-infected sa mga viruses and ihasang i-destroy ang mga parasites ug mga foreign tissues sa atoang lawas. So for example ana is ang T lymphocytes receptors sites in outer surface of cells and helper T cells. So ang kani sila is mo na siya makita na siya sa outside sa atoang cells. So mo na siya ang iyahang iscan ang mga cells nga if na infected ba na siya sa viruses or wala, mo identify pud siya og mga parasites og mga foreign tissues. So if ang isa ka cells is na infected og mga bacteria and mga viruses, is ang kana jud nga cells nga na-infected is mo na siya ang iyang i-destroy para kanang ma-prevent ang pag-replicate ana nga cells. So para siya dili siya modaghan. Next is ang next function of proteins is proteins as glyconeogenic and ketogenic precursors. So ang gluconeogenic is mo na siya ang glucose production, so from glycogenic AA, and ang kanang ketogenic is mo na siya ang process of kanang ketone production from ketogenic AA. So ang kaning glyconeogenic is kanang naa siya mga proteins, so gitawag nga glyconeogenic amino acids. So amo na siya ang mga precursors, or precursors, it means kanang mga ingredients or materials para makaproduce og glucose. Og same sad sa ketogenic is natay ketogenic amino acids precursors. So mo na siya ang ingredients or materials para makaproduce og mga ketones og kanang ketones bodies. So and also ang glucose is mo na siya ang source of energy sa atong lawas, and ketones sad is mo sad siya ang source of energy sa atong lawas. So same sila nga source of energy sa atong lawas, but kanang depende sa atong lawas sad. So for example, ang ato ang body is kanang mawad-an siya or dili na enough ang ihang carbohydrates. So kay ang carbohydrates is makuha ra na siya, or kanang if for example if mukaon ta is mo na siya ang pagkaon is mo na siya nag-provide og carbohydrates sa atong lawas. So mo na ang carbohydrates ang source of energy. So if ang isa ka tawo is mag-fasting, so wala siya source of carbohydrates, so ang glucose is mo siya ang alternative sa carbohydrates para naa siya energy source. So ang glucose mo siya energy source alternative sa carbohydrates. So if kanang ang isa ka tawo is na siya sa intense nga fasting, so kung wala na siya source of carbohydrates, then wala pa siya source of glucose na. So naa ang ketone bodies. So ang ketones body is mo na siya pod ang alternative sa glucose. So para naay source of energy ang isa ka tawo bisan pa og mag-fasting siya. So and mao ra to ang ahong topic. Thank you.
Good day everyone, good day ma'am. So my topic is all about amino acids. So what is amino acids? Amino acids are called the building blocks of proteins. So ang amino acid daw is siya kanang building blocks sa proteins, o sabot ng amino acid is mo na siya mahimo nga protein sa ato ang lawas. Then amino acids are connected by peptide bonds from proteins. So ang amino acid is connect siya sa peptide bonds dulong sa protein. The structure of amino acid: each amino acid has the NH3 or the amino group, the COO or carboxyl group, and H the hydrogen, and R group. This part makes each amino acid different. So next kay ang classification of amino acids. Number 1 kay ang proteinogenic amino acids. These are amino acids used by the body to make protein. So kani kuno nga amino acid is mo na siyang gigamit sa atong lawas para paghimo og protein. There are 20 common amino acids in the genetic code. So two types is ang unang types kay indispensable amino acids. This is the essential amino acids. This cannot be made by the body in enough amount, so we must get them from food. So kani kuno nga type sa amino acids is dili na siya ma-produce sa atong lawas, dili ato siyang makuha sa mga pagkaon. Examples kay mga lysine, leucine, valine, or methionine. And ang ikaduha nga types kay ang dispensable amino acids. These are the non-essential amino acids. The body can produce these amino acids by itself. So kani kanang amino acids mo siya ang mo-produce sa lawas bisan dili ka mokaon og kanang mga amino acids ba. Then there are non-protein amino acids. So these amino acids are not directly used to make protein. So napoy mga non-protein nga amino acids kanang dili siya mahimo nga kan ba mga gamit para paggama og protein sa ato ang lawas. But they still have important jobs in the body. So na mga examples eri ang GABA or helps to calm the brain. Then ang DOPA or dopamine related to brain function and movement. Then creatine helps provides energy to muscles. Caffeine and nicotine, examples of alkaloids. So amino acids are the basic units of proteins. Proteins are important for growth and repair. Some amino acids must come from food. So naiuban ko nga amino acids gikan sa pagkaon, which is ang mga essential nga amino acids. Then the others can be made by the body, the non-essential protein.
So let's tackle about the classification of nutrients. So next is the non-proteinogenic amino acid. So non-proteinogenic acid is mo ni siya ang mga amino acid that are not coded by organism genes para makagama og proteins, pero they still have important jobs in our body. So over 900 non-protein AA have been reported. So most common example ani is ang ornithine, citrulline, arginosuccinic acid, triclosan, S-adenosine, hymocysteine, DOPA, creatine, and GABA. So it also include alkaloid, which are secondary metabolites. So the ocane and nicotine, caffeine, morphine, and dopamine. So next is the ideal protein concept. So a balance of AA that will cover the requirement of animal. So this is the exact mix sa amino acid nga gimit sa tanang animals para maka-growth and health. So lysine is always sit at 100%. All other amino acid are expressed as percentage of lysine. So ang lysine is gisit na siya as standard nga 100%, and every other amino acid is measured against it. So why lysine as preference to other amino acid? So based in the law of minimum growth of production is limited by nutrient. So that is present in the smallest amount. Lysine is often the nutrient that runs out first. So bisan if ang ang other amino acid is enough, low lysine stop growth. Stop growth. So look at the bucket. So ang bucket is nagdetermine na siya kung pila ra kadaghan na ang ma-hold nga water. So just like the smallest nutrient limits production. Next is the amino acid requirement. So first limiting amino acid is mo ni ang amino acid nga may pinaka low nga amount kung i-compare ni siya sa ginid sa animals. So ang gidaghanon ani is mo na ang nag-decide kung unsa kadako ang pagtubo o production sa hayop. Sa hayop walay kapuslanan ang kanang daghan sa ubang amino acid kung low or kulang siya. Then why are the causes of surplus is AA, and what are their fates? So surplus of amino acid causes by eating too much protein or having unbalanced amount of amino acid. So it happened because extra amino acid are not stored. So instead, the body breaks them down, gi-remove niya ang nitrogen part, then uses the rest of energy, fat, or sugar, and get rid of waste. So It better balance when amino acid are mixed correctly, adding more unneeded ones. Example is the lysine, so it improves growth and efficient.
Good day, Mom. So this time I am going to discuss the classes of nutrients, which is the amino acids and protein classification. So we all know that the nutrients are very essential substances that the body needs for growth, maintenance, and proper functioning. So the first class of nutrients that I am going to discuss is amino acids, including its sources and metabolic fates. So amino acids are the fundamental units that form proteins. They come from multiple sources and undergo various processes inside the body. So, mo niya siya ang mga sources of amino acids. First is the dietary proteins. Dietary proteins obtained from food, which is a primary external source. So, example ano is kanang mga milk, fish, or mga klase sa proteins. Next is tissue proteins, released through the breakdown and degradation of the body's own proteins. Next is fates of amino acid. After the amination or modification, the remaining parts of amino acids follow different paths. So the figure shows how remaining parts of amino acids follow different paths. So next classes of nutrients is classification of proteins based on amino acids residues. So first classification of proteins is dipeptide. So it is a covalent bonding of two amino acids through an amide linkage which is formed by removal of water from the carboxyl group of one amino acid and the amino group of another. Second is tripeptide. So it is three amino acids attached together by two peptide bonds. So example is glutathione. So ang glutathione is contain siya og three amino acids which is glutamic acid, glycine, and cysteine. So next is oligopeptide. So it is fewer than 15 amino acids. And fourth is polypeptide. It is more than 15 to thousands of amino acids linked together by peptide bonds. And last is proteins. It is composed of one or more polypeptides.
So the next is function of protein depends on its native structure. The structural change occurs due to heat and extreme of pH and denaturing reagents. So the first is the primary structure. The simple covalent bonds which the links of AA residue is a polypeptide. It refers to a linear sequence of amino acid nga gisumpay sa paglig-on sa covalent bond aron moporma ang usa ka chain nga gitawag og polypeptide. Then the sequence of amino acid residue includes disulfide bonds. So apil usab kini ang disulfide bonds nga special nga gisumpay o moporma tunga sa amino acid para makadungag sa paglig-on sa chain. Then the backbone of a peptide chain or protein, it form the backbone or main framework of the protein. Every protein has the unique or amino acid sequence, and this sequence determines all higher levels of the structure. Next, secondary structure. The stable arrangement of AA residue are giving rise to recurring the structural patterns. So, it refers to regular, stable or folding or cooling the pattern forms by the polypeptide chain or resulting from hydrogen bonds between the amino acid or backbone. Then the most prominent arrangement are the alpha helix and the beta conformation. Then these bonds create or consistent the shape. The most common giving the alpha helix and the beta conformation. This level structure give the protein and the basic shape and stability. Ang alpha helix kay a right handle coil
spiral, compact, spring-like. Example niya kay myoglobin kay is the primary protein found in heart and skeletal muscle. Keratin found in the hair, nails, and skin form strong and flexible coils. Then, ang beta conformation, a flat plated are formed when strands of the chain aligned by side, bound together. Then, example niya kay silk fibroin protein in a silk fiber strong and flexible due stack of beta conformation. Then another sample niya kay myoglobins kay kanang na-produce ni siya sa kanang immune system. Then antibodies contain of beta conformation structure of stability. Then the specific arrangement of contribute of alpha helix and beta conformation kay anton or contributes to the stability, flexibility, and functionality of proteins.
Good day everyone. In this video I will discuss my part of our report about classes of nutrients, and the nutrients that we will discuss is about protein. So protein is very important in our body because it helps growth, repair movement, and many body processes. So proteins are made of long chains called polypeptides. These chains fold into different shapes, and the shape helps determine the protein function. So the third one, protein chain is tertiary structure. So why is it tertiary structure is important in the protein? So ang tertiary structure is man siyang ginatawag og three-dimensional shape of a single protein chain. So inani ni siya. So ang tertiary structure is imagine ninyo. So na isa ka taas nga long rope folding and twisting into a unique shape. So katong nga final folded shape sa sa rope is mo to ang ginatawag og tertiary structure. So why does it fold? So the protein folds because the different parts of the chain interact with each other. So ano makita nato ang kaning mga function sa kaning mga polypeptide chain. So first is mo ni ang hydrogen bonds. So ang function ni hydrogen bonds is to help keep the shape stable. And the second one is salt bridges. So salt bridges is mura ni siya kanang magnet. So mo ni siyang nag-attract sa matag different nga polypeptide chain sa protein. And the third one is hydrophobic interaction. So so some parts of the protein is avoid water. So these parts move inside the protein to stay away from water. And the last one is disulfide bonds, strong chemical bonds that lock parts of the protein together. So help make the protein stronger and more stable. So kaning polypeptide chain is mo niyang nagatabang sa protein to make stronger and more stable. So anong importante man ang tertiary structure? So the protein must fold correctly to work properly. So if the shape changes, the protein may not function correctly. So example niya is kung ang enzymes in digestion only work because they have the correct shape. So mo na siya. And then the fourth one is quaternary structure. So unsa man ang quaternary structure? So quaternary structure happens when two or more protein chains join together. Instead of one folded chain, so multiple chains work together as one protein. Example niya is hemoglobin. So ang hemoglobin is makita nato ni siya sa blood. So hemoglobin is made of 4 protein subunits. So ang trabaho niya is to carry oxygen throughout the body. So mo na siya ang example sa quaternary structure. And then so natay two types of proteins. So first is fibrous proteins. So characteristics niya is long and narrow shape, so strong and durable, and mainly used for structure and support. Examples niya is collagen, keratin, elastin sa ang function. These proteins help build muscles, straighten skin, firm hair and nails, support body tissues. Solubility, usually not soluble in water. The second one example is globular proteins. So characteristics, round or spherical shape, folded compactly, more functional in the body. Examples, enzymes, hemoglobin, and antibodies. So function, these proteins help speed up chemical reactions, transport oxygen, and fight diseases. Solubility, usually soluble in water. So ang comparison nila sa fibrous o globular protein is, so ang fibrous protein is long and strong, and then ang function nila is para sa structural role sa body, and then less soluble in water and more durable. And then ang globular proteins is round and compact, and then functional role, more soluble in water and more sensitive. And that's all, and thank you.
Good day everyone. So I will discuss about the classes of nutrients. So fibrous and globular. So ang fibrous is mo ni siya ang taas og nipis na porma nga ang trabaho ani is naga-support og structure sa lawas or sa tibuok na kadang kuan like sa panit, mabuhok or mga kaunuran. So ang globular protein sad is mo siya ni ang kanang ang shape daw sad ani is like murag bula, then ang gamit sad ani is kanang kay para sa function sa lawas sama sa enzymes o pagdala sa oxygen dito sa dugo. Then ang iyahang fibrous sa kanang examples ani is sa fibrous is collagen, myosin, fibrin, actin, keratin ug elastin. Then sa globular is enzymes, hemoglobin, myoglobin ug hemoglobin. So kaduha is classes of nutrients gihapon na siya primary structure, secondary structure or tertiary structure. So ang primary structure is mo ni ang simple nga sunod-sunod sa amino acids, then ang secondary structure is most diri sad makita ang alpha helix o beta flatted sheet nga more siya pilo-pilo bitaw sa protein. Then ang tertiary structure is most sad ang mas komplikado nga porma tungod sa pagpilo sa protein. Then ang quaternary sad is mo sad ni siya ang daghang protein nga chains nga nagdungan para mahimo usa ka functional protein. Then ang last is kaning protein generation of renaturation. So ang generation mao ang pagkadaot o pag-usab sa porma sa protein tungod kay sa external factors sama sa init, acid o chemicals. Kung mausab ang porma sa protein usahay dili na siya maka-function og tarong. So mga examples ani is kaning mga heat sa denaturing agents, heat, UV light, strong acids, bases, urea, organic solvents, o agitation. Then maura to